I have just a few slides. Mine is really an easy conversation. It's meant to be relaxed and just really welcome everyone. But we put up this slide, which is just, this is a quick look at all the various logos representing all the companies that we were able to attract to come to Bristol, Pennsylvania and talk about MRO. People have actually traveled far. We have one individual who has come all the way from the UK, Glenn. And Steve Pixley, are you in the room? Steve back there. Steve is from Southern California. So we have gone east and we have gone west, and we've brought everyone here. We believe that by focusing on MRO and enterprise MRO, which is all aspects of the supply chain, through this afternoon in the Solution Center and then also tomorrow during the presentations, we at least have something for everyone. People may not be interested in every topic, but we think that we're going to cover something that everyone will be interested in. I really need to thank our co-hosts. Penn State Center for Supply Chain Research, we've been a part of their organization both in the past and more recently we've joined and become very, very active. They are, as many of you know, one of the leading schools with regard to curriculum and supply chain management. They provide a vast array of leadership forums. They do research projects, and we've gotten very, very involved with them over the last 6 months, and I want to do a special shout out to them. I don't know if Steve Tracy from Penn State has arrived yet. Not. Maybe he'll be in later. I know he had a death in the family that caused him to be a little bit late, but just a terrific organization, and we really owe a special thanks to them. In addition to all of you and the logos that we had up there, here's just a listing of the actual speakers that we have over the next day and a half. And what I hope that we have achieved is that we have achieved basically bringing together people who are experts in very, very different areas that maybe you haven't heard something about, as well as that they are interesting to listen to. I, like yourself, have sat in the audience many times, and sometimes these conversations can get dry and boring. Most of these individuals we know on a personal basis. We think that they are lively, energetic, entertaining, and probably most of all, they are experts in their area. So I hope that we will achieve that. Now, when we began looking at this idea, we originally came up with the idea that this was going to be a center of excellence. And we talked about it, we kind of beat it around, and as time progressed, we ended up calling it a solution center, and it was actually very sort of specific, the reason we got there. We looked at a center of excellence as sort of a point of arrival or an endpoint. And we believe that what we've created is a solution center, which is it will evolve, it will get better, we will add technology to it as we go forward, and it really is designed to address sort of and identify solutions to the complexity that is around MRO as we go forward. So it's specific why we have actually named it the Solution Center. We also had a couple goals when we put it together. And as you can imagine, when we put it together, we had some pretty self-serving goals, to be honest with you. So the first goal we had was that we have always been challenged in training, educating, and developing our people. So we built it with that in mind, that we could train and educate and develop our people in each one of our areas. We actually opened it up just early this week to our entire employee base here in Bristol, and it got a phenomenal response, and it was very encouraging to sort of see how interested people got to understand all the different processes and how they're tied together. The other issue or goal that we sort of had was that we were trying to create a vehicle where we could get people to come visit us. Okay, obviously we're a service provider and we would like people to come visit us. We're located just north of a great city, but it's not exactly, Bristol is not exactly the hub of the world to try and get people. So we wanted to create something that people would come and they would see MRO on an end-to-end basis, as opposed to what tends to happen in our space is that people want to go and they want to go visit one of our clients or one of our sites, and they'll go and they'll look at a storeroom. And they'll see a storeroom, and they'll see parts, and they'll see people ordering. But they don't really see what happens behind the scenes that brings it all together. So that was certainly the two primary goals that we had in putting it together. And in particular, we thought that it could drive three sort of our corporate goals. Number one, we wanted to raise sort of the awareness of end-to-end MRO more than anything else. Second, we wanted to assist with regard to and pushing sort of the concept of thought leadership in this particular area. We don't think it's an area that gets a lot of attention. And finally, we wanted to expand the conversation beyond just parts. Most times, most symposiums, most trade shows and everything else focus on parts, and we really wanted to focus on the process more than anything else. So as we started to think about those things, we thought that we could put together a symposium with speakers that would also address enterprise MRO and the different aspects of the supply chain.